This is Akashvani, the news read by Hageani. Prime Minister Narendra Modi today said that the government is fully committed to ensure the sustainable development of Lakshadweep. Mr. Modi was addressing a function to mark the launching and laying the foundation stone of development projects worth 1156 crore rupees at Kavaratti Island in Lakshadweep. He said all efforts are being made by the government to bring Lakshadweep to the forefront of the international tourism map. Lakshadweep, hosting one of the G20 meetings, has helped the island group to establish its identity as a tourism destination. He said construction of water villa projects are currently underway at Kadamat and Suheli Islands, noting that tourists' arrival in Lakshadweep has increased fivefold in recent years. The Prime Minister appealed to those embarking on tour to visit beaches abroad should first visit Lakshadweep. Mr. Modi said India today is focusing on ways to increase its share in the global seafood market, and Lakshadweep will hugely benefit from such efforts. He said the possibilities of seaweed cultivation are also being explored in Lakshadweep Islands. Noting that Lakshadweep has an important role to play in building a Viksit Bharat, he said all possible efforts are taken by the government to ensure ease of travelling, living and doing business. The Prime Minister dedicated to the nation a submarine optical fiber cable to project connecting Kochi and Lakshadweep Islands, a low-temperature thermal desalination plant for Kadamat, a drinking water distribution project, and a battery-backed solar power project on the occasion. He also inaugurated the newly built administrative block and an 80-men barrack at the Indian Reserve Battalion complex in Kavaratti. Mr. Modi laid the foundation stone for the renovation of the primary health care facility at Kalpeni and for the construction of model Anganwadi centers in the islands of Androt, Chetalat, Kadamat, Agatti and Minikoi. The Prime Minister distributed Kisan credit cards, Ayushman Bharat cards, laptops and bicycles to the beneficiaries on the occasion. Lakshadweep Administrator Praful Patel, MP Mohammad Faisal were among those who were present. Mr. Modi will reach Thrissur this afternoon, where he will take part in a women's meet, Women Power with Modi, organized by the BJP at Thekinkadu Maidan. He will also hold a roadshow in Thrissur town ahead of the meet. Supreme Court has refused to order a special investigation team probe into the Adani Hindenburg controversy. Rejecting the plea to transfer the probe from Securities and Exchange Board of India to SIT, a bench comprising Chief Justice D.Y. Chandrachud and Justices J.B. Pardiwala and Manoj Misra said the market regulator has not been lackadaisical in the investigation. In a major relief to Adani Group, Supreme Court said it can't enter into the domain of the regulatory regime, and the report of Hindenburg or anything like that cannot become the basis of ordering a separate probe. Saying that the SEBI will continue its probe as per the law, the Apex Court directed the market regulator to complete its probe into the remaining matter within 3 months. Union Health Ministry has issued guidelines for hospitals on ICU admissions, directing them that they cannot admit critically ill patients in the intensive care unit in a case of a refusal by them and their relatives. The guidelines for ICU admission and discharge criteria further clarified that the requirements for admitting a patient to ICU should be based on organ failure and the need for organ support or in anticipation of deterioration in the medical condition. It said blood pressure, pulse rate, respiratory rate, breathing pattern, heart rate, oxygen saturation, urine output and neurological status, among other parameters, should be monitored in a patient awaiting an ICU bed. The guidelines have been developed by 24 eminent physicians, including experts from Dubai and Canada, who have also recommended that critically ill patients should not be admitted to ICU if any disease has a treatment limitation plan. Besides, anyone with a living will or advance directive against ICU care and also terminally ill patients with a medical judgment of futility should not be admitted to the ICU. That's all in this news bulletin. Namaskar.